you get a call from your mother. She's crying. She's sad. And she says, son, your uncle may not make it. He got the COVID, among several other problems. At that point, all we could do was pray. But let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. When you seek, you shall find. My wife overheard that conversation. And she said, hey, I need you to look somebody up for me. And when my wife tells me, hey, I need you to look somebody up for me, she's like, I gotta find it. And she goes, yeah, I found this guy on YouTube. I'm like, oh no, another YouTuber. And then she's like, no, this guy is the real deal. He has some stuff that's tied into like Nikola Tesla. And I love Nikola Tesla. You know, he's one of the early founders of energy and healing, and it's tied into Albert Einstein and Maxwell, some people that I study, you know. And I was like, no, this guy's amazing. And he does this healing thing, and that you can send him a photo and he can heal you. Like, what are you talking about? You know, like, what do you mean heal you through a photo? And I was like, all right, let me call this guy and see if I can get a hold of him. Then I found him, and I reached out to him on social media. I called him. We said, we started talking. We kind of got to know each other. Like what I always tell you guys, right? Reach out. You want to get to know somebody? And ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to say that I told this individual that I'm going to bring in here right now. I told him about my uncle, about some of the problems that I'm having with my daughter. You guys know my Isabella, her genetic problems. So I study health for a long, long time. And I told him about the situation with my uncle, and he goes, so send me a photo of your uncle and myself, my wife, Isabella, anybody that we wanted to, he received healing. And I was like, so I thought if I have to go visit him, go into his office in Florida or something. And he said, no, just send me the photos and let me do my thing. And the next day, after I sent him the photos, it was my uncle's birthday. He was supposed to be dead at that time. And my mom sent me a photo of him crying in the hospital with the nurses walking there with the cake. Because, they couldn't celebrate with his family. We have a big family in Brazil. And so that he's celebrating his birthday. The nurses is like, I don't know, man, if it's your birthday, what the heck? It's a miracle that you are alive in your birthday. You are not supposed to make it because of all the, whenever you get COVID and you have other complications. So now he's crying, he's smiling. And ladies and gentlemen, all that is because of the next person that I'm about to bring in here today. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring in here Mr. Tom Palladino, scalar light researcher. This guy over here, man, he's inspired by the great scientists who came before him in the amazing field of study. Tom is continuing the research of a scalar light and the inventor of a device that can harness and transmit this energy. My friend Tom, how are you, sir?
I am well. It is a pleasure to be here. Well, thanks again, Carlos, for the invitation.
Sir. I'm telling you, my brother. I am telling you, my friend. I could not believe when I just got the picture from my mom. And she goes and she sends me this photo right here of my uncle in a hammock. Let me see if I can find the photo here. And like the day after the day that he was, celebrating his birthday, crying with the two nurses. And it's just, I was like, whatever you believe out there, people, miracle, coincidences, but is scalar light, bro? Like, what the heck is this scalar light? Can you enlighten the people here right now? They are listening to us.
Let's welcome everybody to our conversation. I work with what is known as scalar light. It's not electricity. And when I'm working with this light, this energy, it can perform work functions that electricity cannot readily perform. So what do I mean by that? I have scalar energy instruments, and these instruments control scalar energy, scalar light. Again, it's not of the electromagnetic spectrum. And one of the functions that this instrument can readily perform is the ability to negate or break down a molecular form, such as a virus or a bacterium. And as Carlos mentioned, we were working with his uncle, and his uncle had COVID-19. And the process that I've developed with this instrument, I can easily, readily break apart a virus. I can easily break apart a bacterium or a fungus for that matter. So we have discovered with this energy the ability to manipulate, to control, and essentially to have mastery over microorganisms. Well, what does that mean? Well, if you're infected by a virus, a bacterium, a fungus, we have the ability now with light, with this energy instrument, to break down, to destroy viruses, bacteria, and fungi. And as Carlos has given you a testimony, we were able to work with his uncle energetically with this energy instrument. All we need is a photograph of a person to work with them. And in so doing that, this instrument was able to, purportedly to break down COVID-19, and his uncle experienced a rather rapid recovery from the viral infection.
Wow. Man, I'm telling you. So let me see if I can get this thing right here, ladies and gentlemen, to explain. So if you don't need to understand quantum physics and metaphysics. It's basically, Tom, what you are saying, that the sun talks to the stars and the energy that goes into a tower, and then you take a photograph, not of her ass, like of yourself, and then you get the scalar energy. And right now, you know what I mean? I love what you are doing, because what you are doing it's incredible. Because one thing that I really like about you is that you say, I thought if I have to fly down to go and see you in Florida at your doctor's office, and he's like, no, send me a photo. I'm like, what do you mean send you a photo? And I said, okay, how much? And you're like, nothing. Just give me your name and your email and a photo. And I was like, brother, the world needs to know about this. And then, because you guys know me, what I always talk about, if you are that great, show me, don't tell me. And you guys know me, I never promote anything or talk about anybody unless I have tried it, filled myself, like I saw what you did, bro. It helped my daughter Isabella, her sleep 10 times better. It helped my uncle. I cannot even explain, we've been praying a lot, I know there was Jesus, you know what I mean? It was God. And this technology is phenomenal, just like phenomenal. For you guys that are getting here now, is basically a photo goes in this thing, and then you have these machines, and then it does its thing. It's just phenomenal. And tell me something, bro. Here's a question that I want to ask you. That actually I took some notes, because I was fascinated by this technology. And how does a scalar energy allow you to enhance the state of being, by the way of their own photograph? Like, break that down for people to understand this thing more in depth.
Okay, let me give the audience an overview. Let's say you have a cell phone, and that cell phone will connect with another cell phone by what? By a series of satellites and cell phone towers. Well, that's how I work with my instrument. My instrument works like a satellite. You do not have to be present. What does that mean? It means I work with people energetically by way of their photograph. So what is a photograph? A photograph, by way of analogy, is like your cell phone. Obviously, when you speak to somebody, your voice is not inside that cell phone. Your voice is modulated, so to speak. You are not inside the cell phone. You are not inside the cell phone tower. It's your voice that's being transmitted, and your voice serves as the signal. Well, likewise, when I'm working with people, I work with people remotely, and I work with their energetic field by way of their photograph. So you do not have to come to an office. I do not have to place a person inside my instrument. Rather, I work with people by way of their photograph. I place their photograph inside an instrument. Now, in so doing, when I place your photograph inside the instrument, the photograph receives the energy. And sometimes it receives so much energy that people say they have a surge of energy, or some people say that their dream state is enhanced. So what does this mean? It means that your photograph is the mirror-like image. Your photograph is the energetic copy of you, your soul, your mind, and your body. So this is my photograph. If I were to take my photograph and place it inside a scalar energy instrument, my photograph would receive the energy of that instrument, and it would have an influence upon my soul, my mind, and my body energetically. So this is a new branch of physics. This is a new and emerging science. And once people realize that scalar energy is the life force energy and that it can serve to capture and send energy anywhere in the world, then we really will catch on, and many people will start to resonate with this new science.
Wow. No, this is incredible. I'm looking over here at some of my notes, man, and I have so many questions to ask you that I bet you a lot of people at home are like, what the heck is this? And this is just phenomenal. And here's what I like a lot, something that you did that I'm constantly advising on other business owners to do, right? Is to, when you have something that's great, that's revolutionary, let people try it. And I like what you did here, which is they can try it for free. They don't even need a credit card required. And it allows them to test it out for 1-2 weeks, whatever the trial is. And then they decided for themselves how they feel based on whatever problems they are going through. And that's what I really like it, because a lot of people, I bet you they're watching, they'll be like, what the heck is this? So you are telling me, I take a photo and then, the light, the scalar will send the energy to that photo exclusively, right? And then it doesn't matter where you are in the world, the energy will find you on the freaking map. And then you're going to just relax and go on with your life. And then this thing goes, through the sun and the molecules in your brain, and you receive that stuff. All by sending a photo, not of her ass, of yourself, to you. And that photo goes inside this thing over here. And then the magic happens. I am fascinated, bro, because I saw my daughter's sleep improving. I saw my uncle going from dead to alive, like over there chilling on the hammock. You're not even supposed to be there. You know what I mean? It's like, I never seen anything like it. It's just, it fascinates me. And I really like it because some of the guys that found this technology and the people that you study it, now that you are carrying on this, they're just, like phenomenal people. Like, tell me about something. Before I want to talk about this, guys, explain to us how scalar energy is everywhere in the universe. And this transcends time and space. I'm fascinated by that.
That's a pertinent question. I believe scalar energy is directly from God. I believe scalar energy is a divine energy. And the reason I say that, I have many reasons to back that up. It's everywhere. It's everywhere, just like God is everywhere. So it's an infinite energy. And what do I mean by that? Well, no matter where you are in the universe, you can find scalar energy. And furthermore, this type of energy, it never degrades. It doesn't experience entropy, meaning what? It's eternal. It's eternal. It doesn't break down in many environments. So it really has the hallmark of divine character. It's everywhere. It's omnipresent. It's eternal. It's an energy that powers the sun and the stars. If you've ever wondered why the sun and the stars never burn out, it's because it is scalar light, scalar energy that is powering the sun and the stars. And this opens up a new branch of astrophysics. If you really want to understand the mechanism of the universe, you really have to start with scalar energy. It is scalar energy that powers all of the stars. It's not electromagnetic energy. So with that, we'll find a way eventually to harness this energy, and we'll be able to harness the star power of the universe, and we'll put an end to the energy crisis.
No, man, I love that, and I'm working in a few projects right now that's energy crisis related. One of my clients actually is using cryptocurrency and renewable energy, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to lower the cost by the tens of millions for cities, and it's going to be phenomenal. Yes. I'm going to actually have him here on my show in the next couple of weeks, and it's going to be awesome. And tell us something. And before I go there, let me just take the jacket. I'm getting hot. I figured it out, that trick of that guy on America's Funniest Video, how he does it. The head goes down. The jacket goes like this, and he goes, There's how, if you guys ever seen that, the American Idol, I was like, how does he do that? He dropped the head. So I'm like, now I get it. He has the green shirt so he can hide the belly, and, and I have so if you guys see my monitor over here, this is actually my Healy. I really like this machine that I use it. It's actually very cool. It's also to do with frequencies. This is something separate from what Tom does. And I just want to give Healy, one of the sponsors of the show, I want to give them a shout. And it's great lifestyle and health wearable with frequencies for your life. If you guys want to take a look, just go to bit.ly/healing tribe. Great device. It's pretty cool. You can literally, you put your finger on the iPad, it reads your fingerprint and it diagnoses you, like it see what problems you have, and it sends you the frequency to get your body like, in a better shape. Every time that I am beat up, not feeling good, a little energy, a little something, I put this device so between the Healy and Tom and all this other stuff that I'm working with, it keeps, me healthy. So I'm super grateful to have you here on the show, brother. And I want to ask you this question, because one thing that I always say, Tom, is you must just study philosophers, not gurus. I tell people all the time around the states around the world. And some of the researchers and the physicists of the past, they were like, oh, gee, man, in laying down the path for this incredible tech. I mean, how some of those guys, use this technology. And just to put some more context here, guys, I'm talking about like James Maxwell, like Nikola Tesla, like OG, like Albert Einstein, like Tom Palladino, like, man, just incredible people, man. My daughter, my wife and I, we love Nikola Tesla. He also invented so many things, like, there are Tesla technology, Tesla beds, the things that they use in NASA, in spaceships, right? That think about it, when you go out there, you get sick, the stuff that they sleep on, the machines that they use, it heals them, So it's a lot of people, they don't talk about those things. I guess maybe they don't want people to know, who knows? Why, if the show stopped working right now, maybe they don't want people to know those things. But tell us about that, Brother Tom. How did they use scalar energy in the past, like Einstein and Nikola and James and some of your predecessors?
Maxwell was a great theoretician, but he wasn't an engineer. Maxwell theorized as to the presence and the existence of scalar energy. So he was really the first person who really had a firm understanding that scalar energy did indeed pervade the universe, and his equations, although they're to the point of etheric, nonetheless they are accurate. Maxwell was the first theorist who could prove, at least mathematically, the existence of scalar energy. Nikola Tesla, was the first man, brilliant engineer and a great mathematician likewise. Tesla was the first man to create a scalar energy instrument. Later in his life, Tesla was building towers. He built a scalar energy tower in Colorado Springs, and later he built another scalar energy tower in Long Island, New York. And these two towers were distinct. If you ever really look closely at these towers, they're energy towers, there's no electrical lines leading to the towers. There's no telephone poles. Why? Because these towers were scalar energy. He was intending on wireless transmission of energy. It's kind of obvious. So these two towers, one in Colorado Springs and one in Long Island, were his attempt to bring wireless transmission of energy, free energy, to mankind. And the only way you can do that is with scalar energy. So later in his life, Tesla had advanced to the point that he realized that scalar energy was the superior energy vis-a-vis electromagnetic energy, and that for the rest of his life, Tesla really devoted his time to the exploration of this new and emerging science, scalar energy. I don't think Tesla was really interested in AC electricity once he discovered that scalar energy did indeed exist.
Interesting. Now, this is fascinating, brother. And tell me something, Tom. I know you're touching in a very important point there, right? The energy crisis. Can you explain like how scalar energy can be utilized as unlimited supply of energy so that we can put an end on this energy crisis?
Sure. Let's go back to Nikola Tesla's two towers, a tower in Colorado Springs and a tower in Long Island. Apparently, he was able to deliver energy. For instance, when he was in Colorado Springs, he would have light bulbs in the vicinity of the tower, and the light bulbs would illuminate under the influence of scalar energy, even though they weren't plugged into anything. So what does that tell you? That tells you that this energy, this ambient energy, what Tesla called radiant energy, is all around us. You just have to harness it. So what is my point? The sun and the stars give off, transmit, broadcast this scalar energy. And all we have to do is capture the sun energy, capture the star energy. Meaning what? Meaning in the future, you do not need a power plant. The universe is the power plant. The stars are the power plant. Now, all you have to do is capture the star energy, and there you have it. That is the end of the energy crisis.
Wow, man, that's phenomenal, brother Tom. And wow, man. And before I forget here, let's just go for a quick 10-second break and then bring in one of our sponsors here, gotcrypto.net. From 0 to 90 days and building six figures is closer than you. And we are back with Tom Palladino, scalar researcher. Like, man, I'm telling you, brother, just phenomenal. I'm super grateful to you and my family for everything that you are doing. And I appreciate how you do your business, how you help people, and they don't have to put a credit card. You know, they can literally test it for like 15 days and then they decide how they are feeling, and it's just phenomenal, man. You definitely, the world needs to know about you. And you know, tell me something. I always wanted to levitate. My wife is like, "You crazy?" And help us understand how scalar energy is the cause of gravity. Because I'm still trying to. I'll be so cool if I can start my show like, oh, I like doing crazy shit, as you can tell, you know, and just trying new things, you know. So tell us about that, man. Help us understand how scalar energy is like the cause of gravity.
Sure. Gravity is the effect. There are many effects in nature. The cause is scalar energy. So if you really want to look at the universe, it really boils down to intelligence. And that intelligence, divine intelligence, is embodied in scalar energy, scalar light. So scalar light really is the first cause. And in this case, the effect of scalar energy, one of the many effects, is gravity. And this has been proven. There are scalar energy environments that can potentiate, if you will, as a gravity wave, and some scalar energy environments can, if you will, diminish a gravity wave. So the point I'm trying to make is this, that scalar energy gives rise to gravity. So the cause of gravity is scalar energy. And how is that possible? Well, you could almost say that scalar energy, if you intensify scalar energy, you might have a greater luminosity. Now, if you diminish scalar energy, you might see a dwindling luminosity. That is, you can brighten something up, or you can take away that energy and you see the luminosity diminish. Well, likewise with gravity. The greater the potentiation, the greater the scalar wave, the greater the presence of gravity. Or you can diminish gravity by diminishing that scalar concept, that scalar wave. Now, there was an incredible inventor, a Russian by the name of Viktor Grebennikov, and he was able to create a scalar energy platform. And in so doing, he could overcome gravity, and he was able to levitate on this platform. And he did it all by controlling scalar energy. So you could see in this limited environment, this levitating platform of Grebennikov, he was able to attenuate, able to weaken the gravitational field, and in so doing, he could levitate on this platform. So gravity is not a constant. Gravity is the effect of scalar waves, and you could increase the effect of gravity, or you can decrease gravity by way of a scalar energy instrument.
Wow, man, this is phenomenal. But I definitely need you to send some scalar for your brother here so I can levitate on the Carlos Siqueira Show. That would be really cool. I'm always trying new things, whether I'm invisible, you know, and, to hide the fat belly. But that's awesome, brother. And that's one of the questions that I love to ask every person that come on the Carlos Show. And the way I love to end the show with this powerful question that I'm about to ask you. And someone you love, Tom, is reading your eulogy 100 years from now.
Mm.
And then when it comes down to that session, my brother, and they're going to start talking about you, we are there. I'm there smoking a cigar, listening to AC/DC, and just super grateful. And many of the people that you helped save their lives. When it does come down to that session, Tom, and they're going to say who Tom was and how did he live. What would they say, Tom, on that section of your eulogy, my friend?
Well, maybe I can sum it up in these few words. Faithful servant of Jesus, devotee of the Blessed Virgin Mary, husband, scalar energy researcher, and humanitarian.
Wow. That's beautiful, brother Tom. I really, really, really appreciate you, my friend. You coming here on the Carlos Siqueira Show. My family, myself, my uncle, my daughter, man. I mean, we are super grateful to you. The world needs to know about you, and it's an honor to have you here on the show. And man, all I can say, brother, keep it up, man. It's like anything that I can do to help share this message. Guys, check it out, man. Tom Palladino, Scalar Light. This is amazing stuff. And here's something really cool that he does that nobody does in the energy field, right? Where you can try those things, 100% free trial, no credit card required whatsoever. All you need is to send him a photo and your name and your email, and he will do its things with the scalar energy. And Tom, is that where they can go here? Scalarlight.com, correct?
Correct. The website is scalarlight.com. That's correct. And
okay,
what
and I have mentioning, guys, and for you guys that are listening to this on the podcast, is Scalar Light, SCALAR Light.com. I highly recommend, as you guys know me, I never recommend anything that I haven't tried myself first. Like I always tell people, I will never take you to a place that I haven't been myself. And this over here, not only I've been through it, my daughter, my wife, my uncle that was in a near-dying situation with COVID. So I highly recommend. You have nothing to lose, and check it out. It's free. You can try it out for a couple of weeks, and then you tell Tom how you feel, and you're going to be like me, mind blown. You're going to be like, what the heck is this? Is a coincidence? Is a miracle? Is a scalar? You decide. You make the decision. And my brother, just again, man, super happy to have you here on the show. An honor. I'm looking forward to have you again in the future. And Tom, any last words, my brother?
Well, let's make the world a better place. Technology is one of the avenues that we can make the world a better place. And that's what I hope scalar energy will bring, a better technology, a better world for mankind. That's the purpose of my work.
Yes. No, amen, brother Tom. I appreciate you. And guys at home, watch this. If you just are getting here now, watch this. Drop your comments below. Ask us questions. And Tom, other than scalarlight.com, is any other places that they can find you on social media? What do you spend most of your time on social?
There's a Facebook. It's Scalar Light Tom Palladino. But I think the best thing, start with the website, scalarlight.com. You'll find the free trial at the very top of the web page, the home page. Sign up. You can send in your entire family's photographs. We'll accept the photographs of your pets also. So
yes.
prove it for yourself.
With my bird Sprinkles, Mr. Sprinkles, he always comes on the show. Very awesome, guys. It's scalarlight.com. There you have it. Tom Palladino, Scalar Light researcher, walking the talk, man, following leaders of the physicists like Nikola Tesla, Albert Einstein, James Maxwell. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, another episode of the Carlos Inspire Show. And you know the drill, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going through something difficult and the devil is bugging you, if opportunity doesn't knock, you will build a damn door. And you already know it. Life is about the mission, never the contribution. It's always about the mission, never the commission. It's always about the contribution. Let me get it right. Not the acquisition. And you know it, baby. You know it. Gratitude, love is all that is, all there was, all there will always ever be. And the days that break you are the days that make you. Thank you for all the prayers, everybody that messaged me, everybody that reached out. I'm feeling much better. Thank God. Thank Jesus. Thank Tom. Thank Haley. Thank all the technologies that I use, and just faith and all the love from you guys, man, and the support. You know how we do this show. We don't charge. It's a free show. The way how you can help us, like, subscribe, share it. Thank 3 people here today. And let's go. Make the world a better place. Carlos Inspire Show. I'll see you guys Monday, 5 p.m. and Friday, 5 p.m. every week. Rain or shine, it's about to go down because of you are here with us in our house. Have a blessed day, everyone. Bye-bye.